10 years ago, in the stereo department of an electronics store I worked in, an old man asked me for speakers to play music to his fish. I loved the question. He asked me if I liked Elvis, if I'd heard that song of his that says, "I wish every day could be like Christmas Day." On that line, he started to tear up, got embarrassed, and quickly said thank you and sorry, and walked away. I wasn't fast enough to find the words to say I understand crying over song lyrics. I wish I knew what the song meant to him. 10 years later, I want to tell him I still think about him playing music to his fish. I wish I found the words to say I know what it's like to be too big for your body. That I think the world is a more beautiful place when people say what they really mean. That more people should play music to their fish and dance to Elvis. I don't know if I would have remembered the moment if I hadn't written it down. Since taking a writing class, I've been thinking about the importance of documenting anything that makes you pause. Not thinking too far ahead about how it could fit into a piece of work. Just making a note, because everything is the work. I've recently been teaching myself how to develop film at home. In the process, I started shooting test rolls around the neighbourhood. It's added so much to my life. Half the time I don't know if the photos are anything interesting, but I find myself wanting to take them to remember the feeling. Can you photograph a fleeting feeling? What started as an attempt to make good images turned into this shift in perspective where the goal when I step out the door is to experience beautiful things. The camera is an invitation to pay attention. The pictures, artifacts of the experience. Postcards from the feeling of timelessness that these signs offer. Patterns repeating like they're appearing just for me because I said I would pay attention. It's free. On any given day, I could step out the door and there's so much to see. In the process, the ideas about the work I want to make are evolving. They aren't quite there yet, but I'm working on moving forward by sharing pieces of them. I've been thinking a lot about what it means to be an artist, especially when half of my time is working in an electronics store. I know what it's like to feel like you have the capacity for more than your day job requires of you. I know that can be draining. 10 years later, I'm coming to the conclusion that anything we want is in service to the work if we choose for it to be. Any small moment of connection with anybody can be a spark for something beautiful, and it's my choice to show up for that, to recognize it could be found anywhere and be open to it. I was listening to a book recently that said, and I'm paraphrasing here, an idea gathers energy, yearning to be embraced. We can hear it and imagine it, but it may be an inch further away than we can currently reach. As we trace back over it again and again, more detail comes into focus. Our capacity grows and stretches to touch the idea. We accept the responsibility with gratitude, cherish and protect it, acknowledging with humility that it comes from beyond us, more important than us, and not just for us. We are in its service. We adapt and grow in order to receive. It might sound idealistic, but the days I approach open to the possibilities with some expectation of finding those little blips make me lighter. Shifts the energy of conversations I enter in an effortless way. 10 years later, the old man has made his way into a written piece I'm still figuring out. Even with the work unfinished, it's changed the way I pay attention. I think the only thing that's needed is to give yourself time. Play music to fish. Dance to Elvis. Write everything down.